Hey nerds, welcome back to Nerd News. I'm Mr. Daniel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Avengers Infinity War. Yes, the movie finally came out. It's been 10 years we've been waiting to see Thanos on the big screen, and let's just say he delivers. The hype is real. Now, the first portion of this video will contain no spoilers whatsoever, and then the second half will contain spoilers. I've seen the movie twice so far. Yes, it's Saturday, and it came out yesterday. I saw it Thursday and Friday, and I love it, and I'm seeing it again tonight. I think that just tells the rewatch value on these movies. In this movie, I love it. It feels right out of a comic book. It feels like from popping from one location to another, from one team to another. It feels straight out of a comic book where you see all these characters from different sides of a universe, and it's amazing. I think that's where Infinity War hits home. I think this movie is my favorite Marvel movie by far. Beats the Guardians, and then beats Spider-Man: Homecoming for me. It's my favorite movie. Sorry, favorite Marvel movie. I haven't decided if it's my favorite movie of all time, but it feels right out of a comic book. It feels great for a comic book people. People who read actual comics will love this, and people who love the movies will love this. They will think this is amazing. If you don't know what the comics like, if you're like, oh, I don't know what happens in the comics, you'll love this too. But let's say you've only seen like, oh, I've only seen like Captain America and then like Winter Soldier or like something else. You might be confused about who the Guardians are and then who this Thor guy is, or like who these other characters like Black Panther. Like if you haven't seen all of them or a good majority of them, you're gonna be confused. You may not like it, but I think this because like most Marvel movies are Act One setup, Act Two confrontation with the villain, Act Three defeat the villain and overcome your challenges, blah blah blah. This entire movie is Act Three. There's no setup for you to get to know the characters. Yes, there's a little lines of dialogue for you to like kind of understand their ambitions and kind of understand their past, just as a little recap. But overall, this is like you have to know these characters going in. You already have to care about these characters. I like to describe it as Marvel has set up this very long TV show with multiple side stories, and some of those side stories come together. But this is the season finale and part one of it, and then there's gonna be Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Captain America, and then the final thing of this entire 10 years has been leading up to. It's really amazing. Um, yeah, it's really hard to talk about this movie without spoilers because yeah, it's just like a lot of stuff happens in this that I don't want to say, and like saying one thing about it could like ruin the movie for someone. So I don't. I want to keep this very brief. It's amazing for me at least. Some people have had some different opinions that there's a lot of bad stuff on it. What I do want to say is come into this movie prepared. But also don't. It's kind of weird. Don't. Okay, this movie lives up to the hype, yes, but come in prepared with all the stuff you know. Like, you should know who the Guardians are. You should know who Cap is. You should know who each and every one of these characters are. Because some of them, which is kind of its short point, I know there are like more than 70 characters in this. That's a huge roster to fill. 70 named characters. That's intense. But yeah, you should and not everyone. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is not everyone in this movie gets like more than 14 lines, like more than 14 words. It's like kind of sad, but it makes sense because um like maybe Cap will be like, honestly, it's not really spoiled. Cap gets like the least amount of screen time and the least amount of lines in this entire movie, and Falcon, it sucks, but it makes sense because there are other things going on. And another thing is, some things you want to like some like there are like three storylines. Some of them go on a little longer than they should, and some go on for too short, and kind of sucks. And the movie's long as it is. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. But if you love these movies as much as I do, it'll feel short to you. It really will. The rewatch value, as I said earlier in the video, is amazing in this. I'm probably gonna watch this the entire week again. Um, but yeah, it's amazing rewatch value. Some of these Marvel movies don't have the best rewatch value. As like, I can't see Ant-Man 2 days in 2 days in a row. I can't see Doctor Strange 2 days in a row. Maybe because it's a new movie, but it just has that rewatch value that's amazing. I mean, I think I'm gonna remember this movie for the rest of my life. Yeah, if I have to rate it for you guys, I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10. There are problems with this that I wish could be resolved, but that's just how movies are. A lot of people have been describing this movie as more of an event and not a movie, and which it makes sense. This is the culmination of 18 movies and 10 years of work. So, but I have to consider that it is a movie, so I have to give it a 9 out of 10 for sure. Now on to spoilers. This is your spoiler warning. So if you haven't seen the movie, go away, click now, listen to this part later. Um, Go away. Bye. But if you don't really care, continue listening. So yeah, Avengers Infinity War. Holy shit, that ending was amazing. I cried twice in this movie. I'm not afraid to say that. I cried one of joy when Thor came to the Battle of Wakanda with Rocket on his shoulder and Groot by his side with the Avengers theme in the background, screaming, saying, "Bring me Thanos." It felt amazing in this movie. Thor, I think, is now my third favorite character. I hated the guy. I found him annoying, but now I think I love him just because of this movie. Thor's been through a lot of shit. He lost his mom a year ago, like a few years ago. He lost his dad like a month ago, like a couple months ago. But for this movie, it's like a month, like a day, like a few days before. He lost his sister. He had to kill his sister. His brother died in front of him. His best friend died in front of him. He's been through a lot of shit. So I feel bad for him. But then him getting his hammer back and overcoming every obstacle that his face and always having this smile, it's amazing. I love the character. Um, but you know who I don't like and who was one of my favorite characters? Peter Quill. He's a total dick. Well, the dick, like, he's not really a dick. He's just stupid. Like, why did he have to hit Thanos in the face? Like, you didn't have to. Like, just keep your dick in your pants, man. Like, I know you love Gamora, but Jesus, you didn't have to punch her in the face. Like, punch Thanos in the face. Like, they were, like, if you see it, the Infinity Gauntlet was off his hand. Like, it was on the tip of his fingers, and they got it back off. All because of Peter. You know what kind of pisses me off? Doctor Strange could have just was like, okay, okay, let's try take two, take two. Just let's go back in time real quick. Take two of all this. And it was like, Peter, I need you to die real quick, or just like like Doctor Strange just go back in time and tell Mantis that Mantis put him to sleep real quick, and just not in the battle. Yeah, that's what I would have liked because he was a total dick, and yeah, but like I understand that wouldn't have been an interesting movie, and that's not what they're going for. So yeah, but then the ending, you know, you see Bucky die, and then you see other characters die. Then you see Spider-Man die. That's the second time I cried. He was like, "Mr. Stark, I don't feel well. Mr. Stark, please, please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go." The second time I almost cried. But yeah, that was intense. But I believe that they're not really dead. I mean, once I saw Black Panther die, I was like, yeah, this is just gonna be undone. So it was sad, but it was like, I mean, it felt real. Like it's hard to explain. Like I don't know. Because everyone thought like, oh, the OG characters are gonna die in this movie. Actually, the next generation of heroes die. All of them, almost all of them. Like the OG people live. They, like the like the five main Avengers live in this movie, and Rocket and Nebula and War Machine. What the hell? Why is that a thing? Um, I don't know. I guess they're gonna have to answer it. Doctor Strange did kind of say Tony was the key. That's why I gave up the Time Stone. But yeah, this was a very emotional movie for me. I think I'm gonna end off the video there. Um, Comment down below your thoughts on the movie. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts. Like I said earlier, I rate this a 9 out of 10. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. There's flaws for sure, but the best parts just outweigh it, and it lives up to the hype and plus plus. But that's my thoughts on it. Remember to comment your thoughts down below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Nerd News.